Welcome to Martini Time. It's that time again. We're going to, there we go. We're going to ask our monkey where we're going to jump to. And also, I've changed my view a little bit so you can see Teddy. He's got these eclipse glasses on. So I'm kind of like Mr. Bean. So I've been, the last few days, rereading the books by Joseph Chilton Pearce about the crack in the cosmic egg and exploring the crack in the cosmic egg. And if you follow me on my talks, that's basically what I do. But I'm exploring the crack in my egg. But there's only one egg, it's the mind, and there's only one culture, and that's American culture. And so the crack and the mind, our minds and our collective mind, or the same mind, is kind of like we're all inside this cosmic egg. And we're all part of the same American culture. And it's schizoid split mind. And so a lot of the split mind and the anxiety and the stress that we experience in our personal lives is because it's in the culture. And we think it's in me. But it's in the cultural crack. It's in the cultural egg. And so the whole point of my talks and my own personal discovery, which I'm sharing with you, is that our egg, our mind becomes it becomes like clothes. They're just too tight, and we feel like we're going inside. When you have that feeling of being trapped in a enclosure, you're kind of like a blind person. You're just feeling around the walls, trying to find the door, but you can't find the door, and you have this vague fear that you're just repeating yourself, that we're just going in circles. And so that's when we have that feeling that I got to get out, but I'm going in circles and I don't know how, that's when the crack begins to appear. And Joseph Campbell called this the call of the hero. In other words, when a crack appears in your closed world that you probably thought for a long time was just fine, I'm going to make it after all. And then when you don't make it after all, and you realize that maybe you're not going to make it after all, you begin to ask for the crack. You want a light. It's called the light at the end of the tunnel. You want a crack. But it's very difficult to follow that light because the cultural egg, our own mind, our own world, is like algae in a pond. If you make a little clear spot, it'll come right back, you see. There's a gravity to it. It doesn't want you to leave. It's kind of like a ferry boat. It doesn't want you to get off. That's, you think you're going to get off but you're just given a lot of entertainment on the ferry and you never get off. It's kind of, relationships are like that. You think it's going somewhere, but you realize you're just running around in the harbor. You thought you're going to get a cruise and visit some foreign ports, but you never leave the harbor. But there's entertainment. There's musicians and movies, alcohol, drugs, a lot of stuff to keep us from realizing that we're on a ferry going in circles, you see. So a lot of my talks are all about the discovery of recognizing the crack and following the scent. Like the crack, the light is kind of like a scent, so we have to be kind of like Sherlock and follow the clues. Because the crack, the light that comes in through these cracks will lead you out of the harbor. So anyway, that's basically what my talks are for me. I'm constantly following the cracks and everything. And this morning I gave a talk on the search for the Father. As it goes through this, the search for the Father morphs into the different stages of our life. When we keep leaving one stage and going to another. And usually it's the archetype of the Father or the guide that leads us through the transition, the teacher appears, the teaching appears, and all that. So I had the idea this morning, and this has been kind of like a crack in my my egg. This desire to be a transition guide, or because what I do here, what I do on Facebook, is that I kind of like create a relationship, what I call insight dialogue. A dialogue with a person, and the dialogue, if they're following the sin of the light, the dialogue begins to be creative, and insights happen, or it turns into an argument, and that's when it ends. Most Facebook conversations, dialogues are not dialogues; they're arguments, where well, you're wrong, and I'm not changing my opinion, or I don't agree with you. That stops it right there. So it's not about agreement, it's about insight. It's about recognizing that both sides of the dialogue are true, partially true. Nobody has the absolute truth, so they're partially true. So they begin to work together to move to greater understanding, you see. And so that's what I do, basically. I have some friends that I create dialogues with, and great insight happens. Great insight. When great insight happens, there's a feeling of liberation. There's a feeling of energy. Something's released. It's like going to a chiropractor. Oh, you feel good. Or going to a massage therapist and getting the tension out of you. Oh, I feel so loose, you see. Well, insight dialogue is like that because it works with the mental assumptions. You see, if you go to a massage therapist, you got tension in these muscles, and the body, you see, reflects the tension in the mind. So if you have tension in the mind, you're going to get it in the body. If you have a bad posture in the mind, you're going to get it in the body, you see. Go to a chiropractor and he gets you straight, but if the out of alignment is in the mind, you're going to go right back to the body. You see what I mean? You go get a massage, but if the tension is in the mind, you're going to get the tension in the body again. So I say, let's go to the source and get the tension out of the mind. So anytime we have a double bind, anytime I have a double bind, I say, aha, there is the tension. Let's play with that. A tension in the mind is I call it double bind. It's where no matter what you do, you can't get out of it. You're missing something. There's an assumption you're not seeing. Detectives all do this. Oh, there's something I'm missing. And then they get the aha, and they connect the dots, and they know who did it. So insight dialogue is a lot like that. You work with what you've got to discover the missing clues that releases the insight, and you go, eureka! And now the energy that was blocked up in the tension trying to get out is free energy. You got energy to clean the house. You got energy to create. That's free energy. You get to use it. It's kind of like you get a battery. You got some free energy. You get a generator. You got some free energy, you see. So that's just a little sidetrack. That's what all this climate change is about. We're on the search for free energy. Solar, wind. We want free energy because the price of fossil fuel is too much. But anyway, that's another. I don't want to go there. Well, we're talking about the mind, talking about your mind, my mind, and the double binds and the tension of the mind, where we have these blocks and we can't get out no matter what we do. And we end up by just watching the entertainment on the ferry boat, have another martini, you see. So I am offering insight dialogue. So, if you follow me and you know what I do. So if you're interested in insight, just playing around with insight dialogue, just message me, ask a question, and see if there's any value in it. And if there is value in the dialogue, well, then we could go to email and work from that level. But anyway, this is what I do. This is what I do. I've been doing it long enough now to know this is what I do. We all come to a place in our life where I know what I do. Either I'm a plumber, a dancer, a painter, a mother, whatever. We come to the realization, this is what I do. I can't do anything else but this. This is and whatever I do, it's going to come back to that. That's what, when you discover what you do, you may go off this way or go that way, but it always comes back to what you do. If you're a painter, the type of painting you do, you may go off and on, but you always come back to what you do. Which is your nature? Which is your crack in the cosmic egg? Which is your light at the end of the tunnel? So you have to follow that with passion, and it will lead you home. So everybody does something. You see, and so so this is, this is what I do. And I've realized now that because I come here twice a day, and I write on Facebook all day, and I have dialogues with people, I know this is what I do. And when you know what you do, it just comes naturally. You don't have to go study and write up something. It just pops out. So these talks just pop out, you see, because that's what I do. And it's very liberating because I don't have to sweat at it and worry about, what am I going to say and what will people think? And it's fun. It's play. It's enjoyable. It's what I do. And I would like to help you find out what you do so you can have fun and play and discover your essential nature, which is what you do. And we all have an essential nature. We all have a nature. Nobody is void of a nature. And whatever your nature is, it's good, because all the different natures, all interrelated, fit into one larger nature. All support each other. So every part of the whole has the whole nature in it. But you have to step out in it. I always refer back to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And when I give away my martini glasses, my uncle left me 500, and I guess I've been saved half of them, given away half of them. People come, I strike up a resonance with, I like them, I say, come on, let me show you something. I show them the shelves of, I say, oh, wow, my uncle left me these, you see. Here he is, right here. This is my martini priest uncle who ordained me as a martini priest. Communion is happy hour. Anyway, so I say, pick out one. And they, me. So anyway, all right, so they go pick out. Then I say, remember Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Oh, yes. Well, one of these is the Holy Grail, so choose wisely. Oh, they laugh, But seriously, the Holy Grail is discovering what you do. And Indiana Jones stepped out in faith. Remember the abyss? Remember he had to get across the abyss to get to the Holy Grail, the healing water of the Holy Grail to bring back for his father? So he wasn't after the Grail for his own self, for his own treasure. He had to get the Grail in order to heal his father. You see. And the treasure map was a code. He didn't know what it said. And there he was at the abyss. And the treasure map said, he's into a step out, step out. What do you mean, step out? There's nothing there. Step out, step out. So it's kind of like God is calling you. It's kind of like your guru, your master, your father, your angel, your guardian angel, whatever. Step out, you see. And so Indiana Jones just steps out. And when he stepped out, the bridge appeared under his foot. Now, in the movie, the bridge did not suddenly materialize. The bridge was already there, but he couldn't see it from the perspective of the ledge. So in order to see the bridge, he had to step out, but he had to step out into the unknown with no guarantee there was a bridge there. And that's what faith is. You step out with no guarantee. You step out because that's what you do. You step out because that's what you do, you see. You step out and you do it. So when that's what you do awakens, it's not ambiguous. See, our culture is riddled with ambiguity. Our culture is an ambiguous culture because it offers everything like Noah's Ark. Everything comes in two, left or right. Which one do you want? You want chocolate or vanilla? Choices, choices, choices. Which one do you want? Which martini glass do you want? I don't know. One of them's the Holy Grail. Oh my God, what if I picked the wrong one? Oh my God, that's ambiguity. What if you pick the wrong one? Oh my God. You see, when you step out, there is no choice of the right one. There is no choice. You just step out. There is no should I step out or not step out. You can't step out when it's like that. You can't step out when you say should I or should I not? Or what will people think? Or what if I do wrong? Or wait a minute, what's the manual? What's the manual? There is no manual. There is no right or wrong when it comes to the unambiguous stepping out. And you step out when you discover what you do. What you do is what you do. You step out, you see. It's like the master plumber. He just does the pipes. He doesn't run around like a jackrabbit looking up manuals and stuff. The master knows what to do, whether it's in art, mothering a child, whatever. Taxi driver, whatever. You know, when you do what you do, you know what to do, and you just do it. And there's no ambiguity in it. There's no, oh, should I do this or that or whatever. You just do it, you see. And so that's what I'm discovering in my life. You know, I'm 80 years old and I'm still learning how to do it. You see? But this is what I do. So I don't know, when you know what you do, that's a great thing. And when you just do what you do, you don't know what you're going to do. In the same way that when I do this talk, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm doing it. And I'm informed by it. So it's a form of play. When you play as a child, you just do the play. You don't know how it's going to come out. A musician just does the music. He doesn't know how it's going to come out. Unless he's doing a script, you know, someone else's music. But if he's in the zone, if he's in that emptiness, if he's empty, like in Zen, if he's empty, he just does the music and he's entertained by it, just like the audience. You see. So this is my music. So I just do this as if I were playing a guitar, like jazz. You see. So that's what when you just do what you do is like, you see. We all like sex because everybody can do sex. And when you do sex, you just do the sex. You're just doing it, you see. So this whole idea here that we're about out of time because I'm trying to put a little yoke on my neck. 20 minutes, you see. So anyway, if you're interested in playing around with me, send me a message and strike up a dialogue and see what happens. I don't know. Step out. There might be a bridge. There might be a bridge. See you tomorrow morning. Okay?